What's up, y'all? So I'm gonna be honest. I would have gotten this review out a few days prior, but I completely forgot about it. But this is the Bandai action figure series, Godzilla 1991, released like half a year ago, I think, and I got it almost a week ago, and I completely forgot to make a review on it. So I'll just be doing that now. So yeah, enjoy. Okay, to start things off, how about we take a look at the box as usual. So we got the front here, Godzilla 1991, Godzilla action figure, and then the same thing in Spanish. We got the 1991 picture here, Godzilla, branding. On the side, we got another picture of 1991. On the back, we got a picture of the 2004 Final Wars Goji, 2023 -1, and 2002 Kiryu. And we have the effects and stuff right here. Oh, hello, Penny. And it does have a beam mouth, but again, way too lazy to put those on because those are an absolute pain. And then just like a bunch of other stuff. And then just more Spanish stuff, I guess. I think those are warnings. And then on this side, just Godzilla 1991, and same thing as down here. So, I mean, it's definitely a better box. I did tear mine when I was trying to open it, to be honest. I opened the top, and then I was trying to get the plastic packaging out, but I ended up ripping this. But honestly, compared to the -1 box, I think it honestly looks a lot better. Alright, now that the box is out of the way, how about we talk about the paint details? So, overall, just instantly looking at it, it looks pretty good. We got paint on the claws, not on both sides, as you can see there. It's not quite on both sides, but it's lined up pretty well, and it doesn't look very sloppy. In the mouth, I'm pretty sure these eyes are printed on, just like the -1s. I could be wrong, but it looks like it from the texture, if you can see that, just a little bit. And then the mouth's painted pretty well. There's this tongue actually sculpted in there, and I think, yeah, there are some details on the roof of the mouth. You can see just a tiny bit. The teeth look pretty good. They're not very sloppy or derpy, but pretty nice there. From the neck, we got good paint for the dorsals. Looks a little sloppy, but nothing crazy. Down the back, we have actually fantastic paint on the dorsals. I really like how they did this. It's like they brushed it on just on the sides perfectly, and in the middles, they left empty, just black, which I like that. Really nice detail. You don't actually see that on a ton of Heisei figures, to be honest, for some reason. And then same thing continues down to the tail, all the way to the end, surprisingly. Just the gray paint goes all the way down to the tip. And the toes, the claws are painted pretty well. I'm pretty sure these are printed on as well. Just by feeling it, it feels kind of like weird. And then not painted on this side. So there's not like a ton of details. It's not super duper detailed, and there's not like a ton of highlights, but honestly, for 25 bucks, it looks pretty good, I will say. All right, now for the articulation. So let's start at the tail and move upwards. So for the tail, we got basic ball joint here. It can go left to right, up and down. It can swivel, and then it can spin. Same thing here. Same ball joint. Left to right a little bit, up and down, can spin. Left to right, tiny bit, up and down a good bit, and then can completely spin. Yeah. Now for the legs can move twice backwards, like they have two separate joint things they can stop on, so you can get some pretty decent poses from this. They move up about, can they actually? They might be able to 360, actually. Yeah. Huh. I guess they can 360. Legs can 360 forwards and backwards. Feet can go up and down, and they can turn all the way. I would assume same thing applies for the other leg. Oh, maybe not. Oh, no. There we go. I guess that was just not quite connected enough. Yeah, so legs can 360, feet can spin, and then the knees can go forwards and backwards. Now for the arms, they can go up, and so they can go down this much, up about this much. Elbows can go in about here, and can go out all the way out to here. The arms can 360. Hand can spin. This hand I did have some trouble putting on, like it wouldn't stay. As you can see, it already looks like it's about to get disconnected again, but it's all right. Hands can go back and forth, and you can detach them and then move the joint, just like the -1 figure. Same thing on this arm, spin around, about in this far, out that far, spin, and then up and down. And then we have one ball joint in the neck, so we go up about this far, down about that far, and then left to right a little bit. And then for the mouth, same thing as the -1. It's actually on a ball joint, so it can basically do like this almost. It can just angle itself. Again, not sure why they did that, but it's kind of cool, I guess. So you can kind of get some like kind of weird faces with it. I don't know. But articulation is pretty good for being a smaller figure. It's actually not that bad. And now it's time for some size comparisons. Bandai Movie Monster Series -1. Bandai Action Figure Series -1. McFarlane Toys Pacific Rim Raiju 4-inch figure. So now that we've covered just about everything with this figure, I'd say it's actually pretty neat for 25 bucks. It's about the exact same price as the Godzilla -1 from the Action Figure series, and I'd say it was just about as worth it. However, I will admit, after looking at the two directly, the Heisei definitely has the better paint and sculpt, as the plastic looks a lot more refined and not as shiny, and the details are just a bit more on point. So honestly, if you're a Heisei fan, I'd 100% suggest this figure. It's cheap, it's reliable, and it honestly works just as well as any SH figure when it comes to poses. And there goes the hand. See, I told you guys, I do have a bit of an issue with this one hand. But after seeing other videos, I think it's just my copy, because I haven't seen any other joint issues with any other people's, really. So just be aware of that. Like, you kind of get what you pay for, but at the same time, I'd still say, if you're just a collector that wants to get poses, or if you got a kid that is really into Godzilla, probably don't give this to like a 3-year-old or something, just because the hands couldn't be choking hazards. But I'd still say this is a pretty good buy overall. Definitely worth my collection.